When it comes to building wealth, high net worth individuals are no longer sticking to conventional investment avenues like real estate, mutual funds, stocks, or fixed deposits. They want more diversification, more control, and potentially more returns. Hi, I'm CA Prajakta Patel, and today in this video, we will be discussing about everything that you need to know about alternative investment funds, that is AIF. You must be having a lot many questions now कि AIF होता क्या है, इसमें कौन इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है, टैक्स इम्प्लीकेशंस क्या है और इसके इतने चर्चे हो क्यों रहे हैं. स्टिक टू द एंड ऑफ दिस वीडियो, आपके सारे सवालों के जवाब मिल जाएंगे. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद नोइंग व्हाट AIF is. Alternative Investment Funds, that is AIF, is a fund established here in India which is a privately pooled investment vehicle. AIF करता क्या है? It collects funds from sophisticated investors, either domestic or foreign, and invest in accordance with a predetermined investment strategy for the benefit of its investors. AIFs are regulated by our very own SEBI under SEBI AIF Regulations 2012. Structurally, AIF can be a company or a trust or a LLP. There are three categories of AIF: Category 1 AIF, Category 2 AIF, and Category 3 AIF. Let's talk about Category 1 AIF first. This category focuses on sectors that benefit the economy in long run and social welfare. These typically include early stage ventures, startups, angel funds, infrastructure funds, SME funds, social venture funds that focus on inclusive development. Because of their developmental nature, government often steps in with relaxed regulations and tax incentives. But if you are a risk-averse investor, this category is not for you. They are for long-term and comes with a higher share of risk. But if they succeed, the returns are substantial. Category 2 AIF mainly invest in debt instruments, private businesses, and other structures that do not fall under Category 1 or Category 3 AIF. This typically includes private equity funds, fund of funds, and real estate funds. Unlike Category 1 AIF, Cat 2 AIF do not get any special regulatory benefit, but they operate with greater flexibility. Cat 2 AIF is all about strong fundamentals. Companies that need capital for long-term expansion, growth, or restructuring are the target investments here. Category 3 AIF. Now this is a high-octane zone, potentially substantial returns but a higher share of volatility. Category 3 AIF is built for one thing: aggressive returns. They use leverage, they trade in derivatives, they go for arbitrage, and they are actively managed. These are your hedge funds, your pipe funds, which comes with a higher share of risk, highest of all three categories. So unless you are an experienced and well-informed investor who understands volatility, this may not be your cup of tea. So who can invest in AIF? AIFs are designed for high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals, institutional investors like banks or insurance companies, and accredited investors who meet SEBI's net worth criteria. But there is a catch: minimum ticket size. Yes, minimum ticket size to invest in an AIF is Rs 1 crore. But if you are employee or manager or director of a fund, then it is 25 lakhs for you. In case of angel funds that fall under Category 1 AIF, minimum ticket size is again Rs 25 lakhs. What about the lock-in period? For Category 1 and Category 2 AIF, it is 3 years. Category 3 AIF can be close-ended or open-ended depending on the structure of the fund. Let's talk about taxation now. Taxation in case of Category 1 and Category 2 AIF is different, whereas tax rules in case of Category 3 AIF are different. Let's talk about Cat 1 and Cat 2 AIF first. Here, there is a pass-through status, which means on the income earned, the investor will have to pay the tax and not the fund. So, if you, being an investor, are earning, let's say, long-term capital gains or short-term capital gains, then you will have to pay the tax as per the applicable tax rate. If you are earning income from dividend or interest, then it would be taxed as per the individual slab rates that are applicable to you. But in case of business income that the fund is earning, the fund will have to pay the tax and not the investor. One thing which is important to note here is, on any income which the fund is distributing to the investor, it will deduct TDS at the rate of 10%. tax regulations for AIF CAT 3 are quite simple. Here, there is no pass-through status. Whatever income the fund is generating, the fund itself will have to pay the tax and not the investor. So, should you invest in an AIF? Let's talk about its pros and its cons. Why should you consider investing in an AIF? Number 1. It provides a greater diversification opportunity, which is not generally available through your regular investments like mutual funds or direct equity. Number 2. It gives you access to early stage funds, startups, private equities, and even hedge funds. Number 3. It has potential to superior returns, especially over a long run. But why should you not consider investing in an AIF? Number 1, and most importantly, the minimum ticket size, which is rupees 1 CR, and that's quite higher. Number 2, the risk and the volatility involved here in AIF is quite higher compared to other investment options. Number 3, there is illiquidity issue due to the lock-in period. And number 4, the structure and the taxation somewhat becomes complicated to understand. So to wrap it up, alternative investment funds are a powerful tool, but only in right hands. If you are an HNI and an experienced investor looking beyond the traditional and you've got that risk appetite, then AIF can open the door to an investment opportunities which are very unique. But most importantly, always seek the professional help because AIF aren't just investments. These are the strategies, and every strategy needs the thoughtful plan. If you found this video insightful, do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and follow us for more.